My name's Michael, and today you get to roast my option trades. Little preface before we get into the video. I feel like I'm a decent trader, like I have some knowledge. I'm a finance student, so I definitely know what I'm doing. And just recently, I sadly got into the world of options, and sadly, my first trade, I actually made money. So now I'm hooked. I also have no money. I started trading with $60, so also take that into accommodation. But really, I want to learn more and hopefully make money, so leave any recommendations in the comments. Alrighty. So I made a total of 6 trades so far, and I'm up 329.68%, a whopping $45. I've had a total of 3 winning trades and 3 losing trades, mostly called debit spreads, and recently one put credit spread because I saw online that was a good idea. Alright, trade numero uno was Google, which was a called debit spread. My main thesis behind this trade was it was just before NVIDIA's earnings, and I'm an idiot and didn't realize that a lot of people sold after NVIDIA's earnings. Not to mention that the stock price was going down even before the earnings was released a few days before. So yeah, this trade did not go as planned, but I bought at a limit price of 34 cents. I bought a call at a strike price of $417.50. I sold the call at a strike price of $420. In hindsight, I definitely should not have entered this trade. It was very dumb, not to mention that even if NVIDIA had good earnings, Google's stock price wasn't just going to rapidly increase just based off of that announcement. I let it expire to $0, and yeah, that was a $34 loss, and with the estimated cost that Robinhood likes to slap on, $34.08 was my total loss on that trade. My next trade, which actually won me the most amount of money, was a call debit spread in IBM. So I was playing the intraday move here, which, I soon realized that is definitely not playable with a call debit spread because of the huge gap in the bid to ask price. But anyways, IBM stock price was absolutely ripping. So the US government announced that they may give IBM around $1 billion in funding. Investors like this, a lot of momentum in the AI trade right now. So I bought at a limit price of 20 cents. The estimated cost was $20.08. I bought a call option at a strike price of $2.60, and then I sold IBM call option with a strike price of $262.50. Another thing I noticed is that when IBM does rip, when it has a lot of volume, a lot of buyers, usually the next day it goes up. There's not too much of a sell-off. Now in this case, it actually did sell off, but I was there right when the market opened and, got a pretty good profit. In my eyes, I feel like I got a pretty good profit. So I ended up closing that trade at a limit price of $1. Estimated credit was 99.92. And I sold a IBM call option with a strike price of $260, and I bought a IBM call option with a strike price of $262.50. That got me a 397.61% increase, and my profit and loss there was $79.84. I don't really know if that was a good strategy or not. I feel like it was. Maybe I got a little bit lucky. Maybe that's part of just the game of option trading. Let me know in the comments. That was my second one, and that's been the biggest gain that I've seen throughout this whole challenge or whatever the hell I'm doing. And then the next day, I got a little trigger happy, which now I know that is not smart, and tried to play that intraday move once again. So I bought a call debit spread on HPQ and Dell, and both of these stocks on that day were absolutely ripping. They were up 16%, 15%. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just buy them. Hope the stock price goes up. Hope the bid to ask prices go up. Yeah, that's not the case because of the huge gap in the bid to ask price, which I didn't even know was a thing. So that was definitely a learning experience. But yeah, unfortunately, I had to close both positions with a loss. Thankfully, not a huge loss. I mean, I am only trading with not that much money, but yeah, so I closed with a negative 15.95% loss on HPQ, and then Dell was negative 6.80%. I closed both of those on the same day. And then I bought into the SPY, which was my same philosophy, and I know you can, I think so, trade options intraday, even thinking about my Robinhood account getting flagged for day trading pattern, because I definitely do not have $25,000 or $50,000 or whatever it is. But I bought a call debit spread. I opened that with a limit price of 47 cents. It was 47.08. Then I closed it 49.92. Not a huge gain there, $2.84, but 6% gain. Definitely helped overall on my percentage P&L. And then I started watching some videos on YouTube about option trading strategies from, some very highly skilled investors. I'm sure they're highly skilled, right? Hopefully. A lot of them were saying put credit spreads are good for small accounts, which now, I'm still a new trader, right? But I would agree with them. I think that is, a pretty decent strategy for a smaller account. So yesterday, actually, I bought into the SPY. I bought a put credit spread and got a credit of $27. And now my strike price was like $2.78. It was like negative 1%. If it went down, I would have lost money, right? Got a little scared today. It expired in one day. It was a 1 DTE put credit spread. Got a little scared. The stock price was kind of going under that point that I needed it to not go under, which now looking at it, I do kind of want to cry, maybe just a little bit. It is only $30, but, that could definitely help my account. Yeah, but I closed it, or actually I opened the position, I guess, right, at a limit price of 18 cents. So I got that $27 credit. I made a gain of 48.78%, which is pretty good. $8.82. I really probably should have held, but you know what? I didn't. I still made a gain, so I'm definitely not complaining there. Obviously, there's some sarcasm in this. Me being a finance student definitely doesn't help me with option trading. I really haven't even learned anything about option trading in any of my finance classes, but I do want to learn more, so definitely make sure to drop any comments down below that could potentially help me. I think my first mistake was even getting into option trading. My whole goal, and let me know if you guys want me to make a series about this, is starting from $60 or I guess $0 and trying to make $1,000 by just option trading. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment.